Hello, grandchildren. Welcome back to another episode of Granny Goatee's Food Review Show, where Granny Goatee reviews your favorite foods. Today we're going to be reviewing Sonic's new Groovy fries with the Groovy sauce. Okay, these fries are supposed to be coming out actually in the first or second week of May, but I was able to find a Sonic location. Some locations, they put the fries out or all the items out a little bit early randomly, and I just so happened to find one. This one is in Prescott, Arizona, so if you are in or around or driving through, you can stop by the Sonic here and try these Groovy fries and the Groovy sauce a little ahead of time, okay? So give me a thumbs up for hunting this down and finding it for y'all, because I want to get this out first so that you can also look for it and try it out first and then be the first to tell your friends all about it, okay? Anyway, thank you for joining me, grandchildren. Before I get into this review, I want to tell you a little bit about Sonic's history. Currently, Sonic is a subsidiary of Inspire Brands Inc., along with Buffalo Wild Wings, Arby's, and Dunkin' Donuts. I'm sure you've heard of these restaurants before. But initially, it was founded by a man named Troy N. Smith Sr. And when he first came back to Oklahoma after the World War II, he went ahead and delivered milk for a little bit, later on switching to bread, and eventually bought a restaurant. And in 1953, he and another businessman purchased a 5-acre plot of land that had a cottage on it and a root beer stand called Top Hat. And they started operating that later, turning the cottage to a steakhouse. And when Mr. Smith Sr. noticed that the Top Hat root beer stand was making about $700 a week, he purchased that from his partner outright. Okay, and from then on, serving chili dogs, hot dogs, and root beer and hamburgers, and so Sonic grew to be what it is today. All right, so now these Groovy fries are essentially, take a look at this, crinkle cut fries. Now I felt them right before and they feel really good, properly fried. I hope they did not use old oil. You could see that they have grooves. They're very groovy. Okay, it reminds me of the Del Taco fries. They also have grooves. All right, and if you take a look at it close up, wow, that is really crispy. I'm really excited about these fries. They have those grooves, and those grooves, Sonic argues, is going to be getting more sauce to the surface area of the potato. So we'll taste it out. All right, now these are groovy, but what wasn't groovy is Granny Goatee's bell-bottom jeans in the 1970s. In the 1970s, that was not a sight to behold. But these are the crinkle cut fries in all their glory. In all their glory. Okay, and let's set these down for a second. Let me show you the Groovy sauce. Now this is the Groovy sauce, and I can see that the primary ingredient is soybean oil, and then the second is water, which is not starting off saying much, but it's advertised as a ranch sauce with herbs and a slight hint of sriracha. So I'm anticipating this to taste, well, I was anticipating it to taste very nice, but now that I see the soybean oil, but I cannot complain because most of these sauces that we get from restaurants are soybean oil. And the reason that Granny Goatee has lived so long and gotten to 123 years old is actually because I've stayed away from things like soybean oil. But this YouTube channel has essentially made me, because I want to try these things for you and give you a correct review. So that goes to say that sometimes we got to try the sauces too. Okay, all right, so let's try it on its own first. So here we go, the Groovy fries coming out soon to Sonic near you. All right, on its own. Wow, these are the best fries I've ever had in any fast food restaurant. grandchildren. These are so good. My only disappointment is that they are not really too hot. They're hot, but not piping. I'm sure you hear the crunch. It's very crispy, yet on the inside, it falls in on itself. Moist, delicious. Properly salted. Incredible. Wow, I have never been to Sonic in my entire life. And they have been around for quite a while, over half a century. And I have never stopped by here. And I will have to try some other items from this place. Perfectly salted, crispy on the inside, nice and cloudy on the inside. I'm sorry, perfectly salty, crispy on the outside, and nice and cloudy on the inside. All right, let's try this Groovy sauce. I'm so pleased with these fries. All right, here we go. Let's see what this looks like. I'm glad I didn't have an explosion like that ranch explosion. And that crispy chicken, I had to clean that all over from the car. All right, so let's smell it real quick. Smells like ranch. Here it is. Looks like Thousand Island. You can see the flakes of herbs in it, actually. So there is a sufficient amount of herbage in this sauce. And I guess the pinkish or the Thousand Island like hue is from the sriracha. All right, so let's go ahead and try it out. All right, here we go. Let's sauce that up. Make sure we're getting those grooves. Take a look at that. I guess you can't argue with Sonic. It does indeed have more surface area. Here we go. That is so good. You taste the herbs, but what's interesting is you taste the sriracha, but the ranch is quite overpowering. So what it does is it provides a little bit of zest and a little bit of like a tomato and pepper taste without the heat. So if you don't like spicy, but you want to taste what sriracha tastes like, you can go ahead and try this ranch. It's all the sriracha flavor. This Groovy sauce, it's all of the sriracha flavor that you get from sriracha and none of the heat. I'm sure you could hear that crunch. It's coming through perfectly, this combination. Wow, I really like this. Pairing this with a burger or something. Now, I'm gonna eat it a little bit more, but I got this and a medium blue coconut slushy, which I'm going to try. Well, it's blue and it's slush, but oh, there's the coconut. How interesting. You get the sugar, you get the slush, you put it down, and then a very subtle coconut flavor, which is very pleasant. I rather like it instead of an overpowering coconut flavor. This does not taste like you're drinking a coconut. It tastes like a sweet, delicious drink with a hint of coconut flavor at the very end. I rather like it. Now that coconut, the medium coconut slush, the fries, and the Groovy sauce, normally you're supposed to get one Groovy sauce with the fry, but they gave me two because Granny Goatee batted her eyes. Of course, I'm irresistible. So this was $6.47 for the Groovy fries, Groovy sauce, and the medium slush, which, I mean, it's not a lot of food, but in the grand scheme of things, because the slush is so large, I think it's a fairly good price. I cannot complain because these Groovy fries are just delicious. And I cannot say, I cannot tell you how incredibly good these are. I mean, I'm describing them the best I can, but you really have to try them out. Now, of course, every Sonic is a little bit different, but there are, and I'm sure the employees here, she was very friendly. The frying, the salt, all that could change going from different places, but it's like that with all food places. I know there's over 3,500 Sonic locations all over the United States, so I'm sure you have one near you, so you can go in and try it out. Okay, one more and enough with the eating. I will finish this off camera. I will definitely finish it. So what do I think, grandchildren? Well, I give Groovy, excuse me, I give Sonic's Groovy fries, along with the Groovy sauce, an 8.6. No, I'm bumping it up. These are the best fast food fries I've ever had. We're gonna give it an 8.8 out of 10. I highly suggest, when they do come out at your nearest Sonic location, that you check them out. The price is okay, the flavor is awesome, the Groovy sauce is good, and get yourself a slush while you're at it, okay? If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you're here for the first time, it's a strange world out here that we're living in. So join us on this roller coaster ride, and turn on that notification bell so you can get these videos first. As you can see, oftentimes I do my best to get the newest items coming out from these restaurants out to you first. Sweet talking the counter lady or the counter guy, depending on who it is, and charming my way into getting these items to you early, okay? But thank you so much once again for joining me on another episode of Granny Goatee's Food Review Show. And I'll see you next time, okay? I hope you're enjoying your weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.